Very early into my campaign, the rebels threw fleet after fleet after fleet at me, and Thyferra was one of the first systems to fall to them very early into my campaign. But now, I've decided to actually start pushing outwards and try to get to the Outer Rim. And after taking Thyferra at least space, the Geonosians decide to try and invade and take me out. I've lost all my lancers, which were for anti-fighter screening purposes, as well as most of my smaller just ships there to assist the larger ones. So I lost my gladiators that have a decent fighter complement, I lost most of my vindicators, and now what I've been left with is just some of my big boys. We've got 2 admirals, each in their own Star Destroyer, the Mark I variant, and we have also got Paulie over there in his Star Destroyer. It's not actually Paulie, they've just used his image for the actual art of the character, but he's also in a Star Destroyer Mark I. And yeah, I don't think we're going to win this. I really don't. So far, this game, or this modification, Star Wars Empire War Remake, by the way, the latest update, you can get it on the workshop on Steam. If you have Star Wars Empire War Forces of Corruption, it's very easy to get. You just subscribe to it, then you go into your game, go into the options, and you'll see mods there, and then just double click whatever one you want to play. So, looks like it's a bit of a throwback to the Clone Wars here. They've both got, well, that's not actually just 2 normal Providence. One of them is a hero ship, and a Lucrehulk. The battleship version, that ain't good. And look at the range. My Star Destroyers have already started opening up on them. And that's one of the biggest benefits you get from a Star Destroyer, or most of the Empire ships, over like the Rebels or the Pirates or some of the other just system factions, is that Star Destroyers and some of the other Imperial ships have a really good range. They're very good at range, but when you close the distance, they're not so good at that. Very, 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 very bad point defense, and very, very bad anti-fighter capabilities. So, unfortunately, oh, I wonder if there's a headless Sith Lord up there. But what I recommend is, if you're looking to play Empire, always escort your capital ships, your Star Destroyers, or anything larger, with lots and lots of fighters. I'm just thinking actually what type of fighter will be good. I mean, I personally use the Avenger because it's not that expensive and it's fairly decent. It's a space superiority fighter, so it can take out even the best that the Rebellion or the Pirates can throw at you, the Black Sun. So there's that, or I'd recommend the Lancer little Corvette. They're cheap, you can build them in bulk, and they do a really good job. Unfortunately, in my battle prior to this one with the Rebellion or / New Republic, I did lose pretty much all of my smaller craft, and this is just what I've been left with to defend. I wasn't expecting the dirty bugs to invade me, but here we are. But we're focusing fire on this first Providence class. Man, they do look good, don't they? They really do look good. But unfortunately, the Providence isn't really a great warship. It does have a lot of hangar capacity, so I guess it's very similar to the Venator in that aspect. But with ships like the ISD, which is a dedicated warship, battleship, really, they really don't stand a chance. Let's focus fire on Mr. Gizor here, the dirty bug that decided to invade whenever my pants were down. Oh, and they're bringing in some little picket ships, anti-fighter ships. I really don't need that right now. I really don't have many fighters anyway, so I really don't see the point. But they just got the command points available there, I guess, since the Providence fell, so they can bring in a few more ships if they want. Come on, just take it down, Paulie. Come on, you can do it. Now, he's overly expensive for a hero, and I'm not really sure if he's worth it or not. He's like 40k or something, which is quite expensive. But we're just going to take down whatever's escorting that Lucrehulk, and then we'll focus fire on it. But at this point, we've already lost both captains in the Vindicators. Vindicators being a smaller cruiser that's used to just supplement and add to your overall fleet composition. They're good in numbers, very, very good in numbers. In fact, early game, whenever my attack level is at 1, I usually just build my fleets mainly of composed mostly of Vindicators and Gladiators, because they're pretty damn good. And the Gladiators do carry fighters, which is good as well. Oh, we've got one captain left. Oh, okay, he's going down. Second Providence is down. Let's get that Looker Hulk. Oh, they've actually called in quite a few of those little Geonosian frigates. That ain't good. Can't even target them. Look at how many fighters they have. What is that? Vultures, gunships, tray fighters. They've got everything. But you'll notice that there's no fighters of mine on screen. They've already been taken out. What is it again? I think ISDs come with 2 squadrons of TIE fighters that can be out at one time. And a shuttle gunship thing. But once you lose the first 2, then another 2 will spawn, but then I think that's it. So yeah, I have nothing to stave off these fighter gunships and tray fighters, so that ain't good. It just ain't good. Okay, let's focus fire on that Looker Hulk. The Looker Hulk is a beautiful ship, look at it. And it's very heavily armed. The turbolaser batteries, for the most part, are quad turbolaser batteries. Not all of them, just some of them. But it's a very strong ship. I think its design is a little wonky. It can't really bring, by the looks of it, too many of its guns to bear at one time, which is unfortunate for it. Man, this mod is awesome. I truly believe this is the best Star Wars Empire at War mod out there. We'll just take out each hardpoint by itself. So we'll focus fire on one hardpoint and move to the next. Try and take out those quad turbolaser batteries first. They're the biggest threat. But we're not going to be able to pull this off, unfortunately. I'm going to have to go back to Fondor, which is the system beside Thyferra, and build up another fleet. Loads of Lancers, lots of Lancers, because that's the one reason I keep losing battles in this, is due to enemy fighters and bombers. They just bring way too many with them. Luckily for me, on the other side of the galaxy, I've got Piat, Tarkin, and Vader, all in their capital ships. Piat actually in the Executor, Super Star Destroyer, and I'm just moving up right through the old CIS planets like Moonlist and stuff, and I'm starting to push the rebellion back up there. But down south, if you can even call it south, I guess you can't really, with the way, you know what I mean. Down the bottom of the map, I'm actually starting to try and push out, but they're actually fighting back a lot heavier here. Much more of a formidable defense from systems and down the bottom of the map than there is at the top. So far, I've only had one massive battle up north, and it was a fleet led by Han Solo. Of course, he was in the Falcon, but they had some of the new Star Defenders, and ooh, have to be all PC. Can't call them Star Destroyers anymore. They have to be Star Defenders. Ooh. Star Defenders sounds so shitty. But Paulie, he's trying to use the Gabagool, but he ain't doing too well, bro. Come on. He's actually caused it to fall back, though. Well done. I was kind of questioning whether or not he was worth it, but his ship is strong. It might only be an original ISD, but that thing is powerful. And again, my downfall, enemy strike craft. I mean, you see that in the movies, don't you? Because of the superior everything, really, with the X-Wing and the Y-Wing and the A-Wings. They just run circles around TIE fighters and stuff. I mean, as soon as your TIE fighters deploy, really, they're pretty much gone. But I think we put up a pretty decent fight there. That Looker Hulk took a pounding, but I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Maybe more of this later. We'll see. Bye-bye.